Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Women in Math and STEM, where our mission is to reach out to as many professionals, aspiring professionals, students, whatever you name it. We try to reach out to them, essentially support the initiative of bringing more women and young girls into the STEM field. So, with that being said, as always, feel free to open up the description or transcript to better follow along, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hello, and thank you so much for coming to this episode today and speaking with me. Just to sort of begin, do you mind sort of introducing yourself as well as walking us through your STEM journey?
My name is Catalina. I am from Rosario, Argentina, the city where Messi is from. When I was younger, I got really interested in technology in particular. And this interest kind of sparkled with the pandemic because I had more free time and always looked for innovations or things related to technology in general. So I wanted to join a club or any group related to this area to learn more about it, but found none that I could actually join. So I looked for some virtual or remote opportunities and found a coding course. So I joined that coding course. I learned how to develop a website and then I wanted to like dive into some other areas of technology because I wanted to explore some other things. And then I joined an electronics course that was also a competition. So we have to develop a project with Arduino. I think it's the same in English as in Spanish. In the middle, kind of empathizing with my younger self, I founded a STEAM Club for Children in which they can explore the STEAM areas, which are science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. The time to choose my degree, what degree to follow, came, and I was between systems engineering and computer science. But based on the curriculum, the college, and some other factors, I opted for computer science.
I see. I think you've also sort of had experience in the youth ambassador or the youth mentoring area with the Smithsonian, and I was wondering sort of what that experience was like, how that plays with your passions, and sort of how that's influenced or shaped your perspective.
Yeah. Well, the Smithsonian has been an organization that has provided me with lots of opportunities, challenged my way of thinking, and also increased my interest in science and sustainability. I first joined as participant of one of the research projects that they have at that time for high schoolers. Then I became a youth ambassador, and now I'm a youth ambassador mentor and also youth liaison, which kind of links every group in the network. So I wanted to retribute the things I learned and share them with others. And I also really like sharing those pieces of advice I would have wanted to receive. And I also get really inspired by the ambassadors' work, such as you with this podcast, which is an amazing initiative.
That sounds amazing. And I was also just wondering, I've noticed you've done work or research with cold water corals, and I was just wondering how that exactly is like so important to environmental conservation and other types of environmental research.
Yeah. Well, I am currently conducting independent research on cold water corals since May 2024. I once received a comment from a English as a foreign language teacher, so it was really random about corals, and got really interested by it and started like researching a bit more because I'm a really curious person. My initial goal with this research is to understand how corals are affected by the effects from the climate crisis, which is something really new to me, as it is the first time I am exposing myself to biology or natural sciences apart from the things I learned in high school. And I also believe it is important to create awareness about the importance of protecting not only corals, but ecosystems in general. And part of creating this awareness is being informed and is something that research is letting me reach.
I see. And I was just wondering how your background in computer science and technology sort of helps you with this research.
Yeah, well, I am entering my second year of computer science, so we can say that I'm still in a pretty introductory level. But I feel that computer science has helped me to be more critical when thinking, to focus on some details, let's say, and to be more efficient in some areas. So those are definitely skills that I apply to my research.
And then also similarly, like looking back on your experience with the Smithsonian as well as with your research, I was just wondering how has those experiences sort of shaped you or shaped the way you view the world?
Well, while working in the Smithsonian, I am constantly exposed to international teams or working groups. And I would say that that is one of the most enriching things. I now better understand how things work in other countries, but I also experience how our different backgrounds have given each one of my team's members a unique perspective. And well, also the thing I am in the Smithsonian, even after 2 years of having joined, is the quality of the educational resources they have, which are excellent. And I believe that they are so valuable for students, educators, and just curious minds in general. But yeah, I would say that all the things I learned in the Smithsonian have shaped my ability to research, and especially because the first time I was exposed to a research project, it was in the Smithsonian.
I see, I see. That makes a lot of sense. And also, I was just wondering what sort of personal or academic achievements are you most proud of, and what exactly motivates you to continue to become a better person and contribute positively to the world?
Yeah. Well, for the people that know me, they know that 2024 was a really overwhelming year. So even though I reached many goals and met many amazing people and advanced with my project, when the year finished, I understood that I had to have a break and slow down. And in the middle, I saw a quote that said something like, "Your health is the foundation on which you build your dreams." And that was the tipping point that made me realize that I had to focus on my mental health and that it's okay not to be productive all the time or just have time for yourself. So, understanding and putting that into practice is something I am really proud of personally. Then, academically, my first year of college was sort of tough. And something that is really common here, and I suppose that everywhere, is that when it gets challenging, people quit. And I didn't. Even with all the doubts, the concerns, and the challenges that I am still facing, I am still in the race, and that makes me proud of myself. And well, then answering like the second part of the question, I personally believe that this world we have is amazing and is full of amazing things and some others that we have to work on. What inspires me to generate positive change is projecting the next generations living in a better world, or at least better than how I found it. Something I always try to do, and I think is also part of my personality, is lifting up others. Because apart from my specific tasks or work that I could do, I also see a great value on motivating others to do something. Maybe just saying something nice or giving them a compliment might have an unexpected and positive impact on them. And additionally, I feel that thinking about creating a better future gives purpose to your path or your actions, no matter if it's education related, arts, politics, but finding something, someone, or somewhere to transform gives another meaning to life.
I see. That sounds amazing. And then also, I was curious about sort of what personal projects or academic projects you're currently working on, and what are your sort of long-term goals after graduating from uni, and how do you see yourself growing in the future?
Yeah, well, one challenge I am working on is balancing my activities. Organizing commitments may seem easy for some, but I find interesting opportunities everywhere, and if I accept too many, I can give each one the dedication they deserve. And well, additionally, as a Youth Leadership Council member at EarthEco International, which is a nonprofit that wants to, let's say, work for ocean conservation, I am focusing on increasing local awareness about water conservation in my community. And while living in a city surrounded by a river, I see that people often overlook its importance. And I feel that my experiences have helped me refine my ability to plan impactful projects and engage with communities effectively. So I'm kind of working on some projects for the future. And well, after graduating college, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But something I can assure is that I do want to explore as many areas as possible in the meantime. And if possible, I would love to combine both my interests in computer science and environmental protection.
That sounds really awesome. And then, sort of to end off, I was wondering if you had any tips, tricks, advice, honestly, anything for high school students, but particularly young women who are interested in pursuing a career in either computer science or something environmental related.
Yeah, well, I would tell them to explore different areas, find a mentor, and reach out to people. And also to keep insisting, respectfully, of course, because you're always on time to learn. You will receive many no's, but resilience is key. And also always look for interdisciplinary opportunities, especially in the sciences areas. In particular, environmental science and technology are deeply connected, and learning both will expand your impact.
Sounds amazing. And then lastly, I was just wondering if you had any last words you'd like to share or anything.
Um, well, thank you for this interview, and of course that if anybody that is watching this wants to reach out, you can do so on my LinkedIn.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for speaking with me, and I loved hearing about your experiences and your insight. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelina.